We're going to talk briefly about how Explore Analytics helps you unleash your data by getting at the data easily where it lives. The goal of Explore Analytics is to easily bridge together islands of data and make data sources very easy to add, so that it's not a specialized process, it's not something that requires a heavy skill set, and it allows you live access to the data rather than batch jobs. The way that we approach this is different from traditional business intelligence tools. The old approach is to create a data warehouse. On a schedule, the data is collected in batch jobs, so it's weekly or monthly or daily, but not up to the minute. So the data is already getting stale within the data warehouse, and it's only capturing the data that you ask for at the time that you're capturing it. Then a report writer generates the reports based off of the data in the data warehouse and publishes it to the users that are consuming it. If the users receive the report and it's not what they were looking for, or they have additional questions, you have to return to the initial step, change the data that's being collected in the batch jobs, change the reports that are being written, and this can be a time-consuming process. The way that we approach unleashing the data comes from the uniqueness of our approach and our architecture. So Explore Analytics is SaaS-based, and we're not creating a data warehouse or trying to copy data into us. Instead, we do live querying using standard drivers. So with standard drivers for relational databases or big data sets, or applications like ServiceNow, Salesforce, Workday, Google Drive, we can live query over web services to those sources of data. If the data is within your network, we can securely querying it by either connecting through a Java application or a PHP script that's extremely easy to set up, or users can contribute their own data. So if you have an Excel spreadsheet or an Access database, you can just upload or connect directly from Explore Analytics. So wherever that data is coming from, we make it very easy for you to connect to it in a quick and in a live way. Now, from within Explore Analytics, we're going to take a look at what it actually is like to add a new data source. Again, this is something we want to be very easy and intuitive to the user, so it should be something that we can show within the space of a video. So for example, if I wanted to import a Google spreadsheet from my existing Google Drive, I can just click on Import a Spreadsheet. It lets me know that it needs to get permission from Google, so it's going to redirect me there. So it's letting me know that I need to accept offline access. And once I've accepted that, it's going to show me which of the spreadsheets within Google would I like to import. So for instance, if I wanted to bring in these survey results, that's copying over from Google right now. So that's an example that's fairly simple, being able to pull over from a Google spreadsheet. But let's say we wanted to connect to a relational database, a SQL database that's being hosted on a website. I click Add New Data Source, and I'm going to look for a MySQL data source. So either we can have an agent running, or there's a PHP script that's installed. Again, something that takes 5 or 10 minutes to set up, or I could connect directly. And then for any of those types of connections, all I have to do is download the PHP script and then provide the information here. So for example, for the website, all I've done is fill in some information about where to connect to that PHP script and what user to access it. And again, just by clicking OK, it created that website, that data source, and connected me to those tables. The last example is in the case of trying to connect to an enterprise application. So in this case, I'm going to use ServiceNow. For ServiceNow, for the integration, we have an update set that can apply. And again, you'll see that it's a forms-based interface to connect to it. There's no work that's needed to create the cube or do any integration. Again, it's really just filling in a form and connecting. That's how easy it is to unleash the data that you have within Explore Analytics. Give it a try and see what data sources you can connect.